Oh, that's bright. Sorry, I feel like a moth. Hi. Good afternoon, everybody. I am here for your edutainment because it is a long day and we all need a little bit of somebody stupid to entertain us. So, really long title, kind of meaningless, but it all got you here to sit down for an extra 15 minutes. So, if nobody's been down to the booth, roughly there, I'm Mike Elsmore. I am one of the members of the developer relations team at Infobip. You can find me on the internet pretty much everywhere at UK Mattels, and if you want to lodge a complaint, send it there, because then I'll forward it to my boss. Trust me, I will, because it'll be funny. Just for some of you, who here is aware of Infobip? Who here actually knows what we do? So slightly less. Okay, so I'll give you the 5,000-foot view, which is we are a communications platform in the cloud, like everything else, which means we send text messages, voice messages, all the messages, 31 different ways, via APIs. That is the rough and short of it. And I'm going to put a little bit thing here, which is this thing is kind of an opinion thing. And if anybody's heard me before, I have a lot of opinions. So take everything I say with a pinch of salt and interpret it yourself. But hopefully, you may learn something, even if it's just a joke. So let's have some fun to begin with. Who here has WhatsApp? Please have a go at this. So one, I'm cheekily going to give you $100 of credit for Infobip to go play with. That's how to get everybody to have a go. And afterwards, the next message you send will start to generate images. So feel free to just start seeing what random pictures you can get made. I am genuinely curious how weird your brains are and what you'd try and ask for. Yes, it's generative AI. Okay, a few more moments because I can see some people still trying. Okay. All right. Think that's good enough. So, do we think the future is here? Do people think we're entering a new decade of technology and computing and all that random stuff? Is that roughly a yes or a no? What do people think defines the future of technology as it is right now? Genuine question. Feel free to shout at me. AI. Even though that's really not new, it's been around since the late 80s. Pardon? LLMs. Actually, yeah. No, I'll take that, I'll take that. Well, just as to reinforce matters, as far as I can tell, everybody thinks the future is here because we have AI and cringy robots. We have self-driving cars that, if we're not careful, will do terrible things, but we have self-driving cars. And technology is moving at a pace that we have never seen before because, well, to be brutally honest, we're just building more of it. And this is like, we currently, as software engineers in the world at large, currently feel that ChatGPT is the greatest thing and describes everything. Yes, the new models, the new 0.5s, etc., are moving really, really quickly every 6 to 12 months, but it took 7 years to get to the point that we know ChatGPT as it is. And we all think that it's made everything we do really, really easy. So you're currently making a joke with all the bots, with the bot I made. So just to prove a point of how easy it is, just gonna have a quick look at the code. And zoom. Oh, too much zoom. Just enough zoom. Now, there is some stuff in here to show how generating the coupon, which I will not be showing you because we are not giving you infinite money. But yeah, here we go. So we're literally just checking, is it too long for ChatGPT? We're going to store it somewhere because I'm not going to lie, if I'd let you use the engine as it's meant to be, I'd be broke by the end of this talk. So we're limiting it so that you cannot ruin my bank account. Thank you, please. And then that is it, literally. In reality, to get a generative image is 4 lines of code. Well, 5 lines if we include the spacing. So it's 5 lines of code. That's all it took for WhatsApp to send to and grab an image, and generate an image, and throw it in and send it back, and you giggle at the stupid. And yeah, there we go. Haha, I have sneakily shown you how easy it is to use WhatsApp for Infobip. And I'm curious, actually, Move the slide along. Frank. Wonder what you people have generated. Who the hell searched for banana? Could at least have said minion with banana. 2 black cats just hugging it out. Oh. Okay, so the hell? Is that even correct? That is not correct. I'm getting the impression that there are some car fans in the room. At least one. What the Hades? I have questions for whoever did this. Please find me afterwards. And look, we can even see the, yes, I have encoded it to make my life easier. What it was, sent me a Mario boss car picture. Okay, so you've done some, oh, wow. In 20 seconds, you guys have produced some really, truly random stuff. So we can tell there's developers in the room. Somebody sent test. But yeah, look, we've lived up to the hype. ChatGPT and all that jazz has made life easier. Yes, I know we're not actually using ChatGPT. We're using the DALL-E E2 image model. But hey, who's counting? Play from current slide. So what's the problem? Well, if you didn't notice, it was all kind of stupid. You weren't really getting what you were asking for, and the images kind of didn't make much sense. Because everything is missing context. Like, we can have all of the smartest, most interesting technology on the planet, and unless it has the correct context, it will never know what's going on. We as humans do this all the time by micro cues through people, body language, the pattern of speech, etc. they're using. And the context is all the text in it's all text in some form. So, oh, that's trippy when it's blown up. Okay, it's all meta and metadata. Every image, everything that's processed, turned into a model, is then turned into a piece of text, which then has integer values and float values associated with it for how confident these things are and how things can be matched together. Which means the data can be pure and brilliant, the raw source of information, but if we don't feed it the right context, it will never have a clue. And this is where it comes down to we need to stop rushing. We're at this point now in technology where we are just going forward at lightning speed, which makes it look like we're innovating, but we're just creating more and more ways to do things kind of terribly. Like Instagram, they iterate every week, as far as I can tell, to get 1 extra % of ad revenue out of us. And I swear to God it's working on me because I spend way too long on the toilet reading it. But it's this thing where we think iterating is going to help. And in reality, we need to spend more time thinking about how we communicate with everything. This is the core takeaway. There's a great talk by a friend of mine called Stuart Langridge. This talk, actually, feel free to grab a photo of that. I'm just going to describe it. And it's about the fact that we need to think about the actual UX of text. And that is because text is the only true way of actually propagating information. It's the only way we can do translations properly. It skips things like weird issues with interpreting voices. It's weird UI elements that don't make sense. The fact that in different countries we read language backwards or upside down. Is it upside down? No, it's top down in Japan. Words. Japanese. So the literal only universal language we have is text. And we need to think about how we actually implement that to actually communicate with everybody. We need to think about how we actually talk with everybody else. We need to work about how we talk to machines and how we talk to each other through machines. Because if we don't think about how we actually structure and build this information to interact with systems, the flashiest, funnest app we ever build will just produce more junk and not any more context. So, there we go. Thank you. I'm Mike Elsmore. You can find me at UK Mad Hells. Come down to the booth later, please. We have some more stickers and T-shirts and stuff like that. And if you've entered the raffle, we'll be doing it during the last break, so feel free to come down and have your last chance. Thank you very much.